Ooh, welcome everyone to another episode of Slasher Scotty. I am your host, Scotty McCoy, and boy, do I have a surprise for all of you. I have on Zoom right now Jermaine Nix, and he is the director of the upcoming indie film, This Little Piggy. Hey, Jermaine, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I'm doing a little bit better now that I'm seeing your cute little dog there.
Yeah.
Love animals. So I'm glad to have you on. I know we somehow connected. I guess you popped up we have mutual friends and everything. You popped up, I sent you a request, and we made this happen. I'm glad that we did. And as you mentioned, we have a mutual friend, Austin Bittekofer, and he'll be on my show in a couple of weeks as well. That's exciting.
Awesome.
Yes. So the first question I got for you is, how did you get your start into filmmaking?
Honestly, I've been filmmaking since I was like 12. Really got me into filming was I grew up in Michigan and we lived in the woods, middle of nowhere. And I got my first camera and I started recording things and kept recording. And then I was like, can I make money doing this? So that's what got me drawn into it. Then my middle brother, he started doing some filming, and then I worked on one of his sets, and then I figure how stressful it could be, and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. But it's a job. Any job you do, it's going to be stressful. And when I made my first film, which was Dark Tribulation, which the poster is back there, I got hooked like crazy and I enjoyed it. And then when I started seeing that you could win money and you can win laurels and all that stuff, and I was like, all right, I can get the hang of this. And figuring out how much goes into a film, definitely planning, that's a big thing, and making sure that you're always being professional but having fun on set is the biggest thing. I don't like being on sets where it's always strict. Like, I understand that there's a time frame, but having fun on set is one of my things that I love doing.
Absolutely. And I love a set that is like that, and I love a set where they're not dead strict on the script. Like, it's okay, like, yeah, we have to go by the plot and everything like that, but not memorizing everything word for word, because that makes a very tense, stressful, acting experience. And it's good to actually be able to do a little bit of improv, as long as you don't stray away from the main points of the film. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. So for those that are unaware, what is This Little Piggy all about?
Actually, it's so funny because somebody today asked me about it, and I don't even know how they found out. I mean, yes, it's on social media, but this person doesn't even have any social media, so I'm guessing it's being word by mouth now,
Okay.
which is great. And so This Little Piggy is actually based on true events. That's what got me tied into it. It's about this family that started figuring out the taste of meat, human flesh, actually, what
Okay.
tastes like. So it's kind of like a wrong turn type of film, but they murdered 5 teenagers, and eventually they got caught. And how they got caught was one of the teenagers actually got to go through 911, and well, that's how the cops showed up. Unfortunately, the cop that first showed up didn't make it. They actually got killed. So there's a lot of detail to it. There's like a huge plot twist with it. And it's one of those films where people are like, oh, it's based on a true event. So I have to kind of keep it similar. I don't want to change anything, because then people are going to go, well, that's not what happened. So this is my first ever bloodiest film that I've ever done.
Nice.
So it's one of those films where you'll probably hear many times behind the scenes, but think, I want more blood. I'm a big person. I love blood. And I was talking to my makeup artist, and one of them said, we can get buckets of blood. I was like, that's fine. That's awesome. That's great. And because the death that we have in the film is insane. And I love it. I was like, okay, can we do this? Can we pull this off? And one of the makeup person said, hey, can we do this? And I'm like, sure, I like it.
Nice. Absolutely, that's exciting, and I love playing with blood. I love as morbid as it sounds. I love dying on camera. I love to fake die. I love getting stabbed. I love getting bloody.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I've never ever been killed in a film. Any
Really?
film. Every film that I've been in, I'm the killer. Pretty much.
Oh, wow.
I actually got a reward when I acted in Dark Trepidation. I got an award for being the best, I guess, killer. I guess I had the role for, and we won the best role for that, and it was interesting.
Hey, are you trying to tell me something here?
Well, it's weird because someone goes, I said, why am I always have to be the killer? And a lot of people say, which is true, is if you are a really good person, you can play an opposite role really well.
Okay.
If you try to play a role that you are to yourself, then it can kind of be kind of difficult because you're just playing yourself. And it's kind of like, oh, this is boring. So you try to change it up. It's like, oh, this is new. I can do this now. So playing a killer in films, I love it. But again, I'm a big just director. I like to direct people. And just acting, it depends on the role. Especially you're going to find out that I'm not a huge romantic person when it comes to films. If somebody tells me to film a romantic film, I'd probably slap them across the face and go, no.
So you're a romantic person in real life?
Yes.
No.
Sort of. It depends. Like if somebody, I always tell myself, if I go on a date, we're gonna go skydiving. We're gonna do extreme things. We're not gonna go to the movies and all that boring stuff. That we're gonna do something extreme. That's what a date is. That's what, if I can see if that person's actually interested in what they want, actually hang on to this.
I got you there. So what do you believe is going to be the hardest part in getting this film made?
So actually, I wasn't going to mention this, but I've actually lost a few people that was going to be part of the crew because of another conflict that happened with another film. And this comes with the professional level where sometimes you're going to lose people, but you got to make sure you stay professional. No point like arguing. There's no point like trying to go back and forth and figure out, hey, this is your fault. There's no pointing fingers. Unfortunately, you're going to get those people that are going to blackmail you, whatever.
Right.
And when it comes to sets, I tolerate no drama. The safety is a huge thing for me on set. And I want to make sure everyone's having fun. And I'm not going to put myself in a position that is dangerous. I'm not going to put my crew in there or cast. It's just, I want to make sure everyone is having a safe, good time. And I'm not going to say, this is my film.
Right.
Everyone's film. Without my crew, I'm not going to have a film. Without my cast, I'm not going to have a film. Everyone is on the same level. It doesn't matter if you're a professional. It doesn't matter if you're not a professional. Everyone is the same on my set. I don't care if the president showed up on set. I'm going to treat the president the same, just like me. It doesn't matter who you are. I'm going to treat you the same. That's just respect. I mean, even like The Rock or Kevin Hart came on set, I'm going to treat them the same as somebody that's not as famous, because everyone's treated the same. It doesn't matter the title, who you are. So, but to your question, I think the hardest thing that I'm probably going to is making sure all my actors show up on set. Why? Because every time I film a movie, one of my actors don't show up.
Oh boy. Oh, sorry. I've been going since 4:30. Every time I do an 8 o'clock or so interview, I always yawn. It's just I work at 4:30 in the morning every morning, Monday through Friday, and it's 8.5-hour days.
Oh no.
So I mean, that's the hardest part, really, because you have the schedule, you stick to the schedule, but you can't guarantee everybody's gonna show up. And then when somebody's running late, you're like, where are they at? Oh no, where are they? And it's like they don't show, or they show up like, oh, thank God.
It's one of those things where I always plan, though, like, I knowing that one of my actors is not going to show up, I always have a backup. And normally my backup is one of the crew members. So the crew member already knows. So it's not like, hey, I need you. So like, oh crap. So I technically let that crew member know that, hey, we might slide you in. But you gotta be flexible. Sometimes you can't do that. So and it's all about time. I mean, people are doing this for free. But I always tell people, to get yourself out there, you're going to have to do free work. You're going to have to work for students. You're going to have to do things that you're like, crap, I don't have the gas money for that. Sometimes you have to sacrifice things to do what you want to do. And I've sacrificed a lot to be where I am now. And I just got picked up working for a film company. So, and that's always been my dream to do that. So now I'm doing music videos, I'm doing talk shows, and
Congratulations.
thank you. And it's one of those passions where I had to literally work hard. And there was days that I was like, I wanted to quit filming. I wanted to stop.
Mhm.
It was just so much going on that I needed to just take a deep breath and say, hey, all this hard work I'm doing is going to pay off in the end.
Yeah.
And that's what I tell everybody. I tell my crew members, hey, if I know there's some job out there that I see that's on Facebook or whatever, I'm going to recommend you because
Yeah.
you did amazing. I'm not going to just push my crew like, hey, thank you, whatever. No, I'm going to help my crew in cast. I mean, there's people that worked with me in the future that've been on The Walking Dead. There's people that's been on a lot of films that's been on my sets. And that's awesome. That's great. They don't have to mention my name. I don't want me to be the fame. I want to make sure my cast and crew are always in front because they've worked for me.
Yeah.
And I want the passion to be the same for them. And I want them to keep working hard and knowing that it's not going to be easy. And you never know. A door will open tomorrow, a week, month, whatever. And I've been filming for 16 years and I finally just got a actual job for a film company. So it's takes a long time, but it depends on how you work. I mean, if you're young, do it now. Don't wait until like tomorrow or the next day. Do it now.
Exactly. And that's what everybody should realize. It doesn't happen overnight. Like it took me, 6 years to finally get a book deal. Like, it takes time. It's
Mhm.
not gonna, it's not something you're gonna water and it's gonna blossom overnight. Like it's literally gonna take time, whether it takes 6 years or 16. It
Right.
really is something that will take time. And if you really want it, you're gonna work and put in that time and that effort, that money, and you gotta spend money to make money. So
Correct.
like,
I said that all the time. I said that yesterday. I said you have to spend money to make money. Even if it's a couple of dollars. I mean, like me, I just spent like almost $3,000 on my new camera. I mean,
yeah,
but I knowing that if I keep working hard, I will make that money back.
yeah,
And it's just sometimes like my first camera, I didn't even know what kind of camera it was. It was only like $10.
wow,
And I worked with it. I mean, and that's what people need to realize is it doesn't matter what type of camera you have, it doesn't matter what equipment you have or what type of crew or cast you have, you can make something. I mean, people use their phones now. I mean,
yeah. We
people
did
are
that for our most recent movie. We used the iPhone 12.
right.
It
I
came
just
out great.
I don't understand when people have these excuses. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. And I
Right,
have a lot of crew members that have so many excuses. I'm like, use those excuses and that energy they use for excuses
right.
like do what you actually want to do and you'll be
Yeah.
surprised. I mean, yes, there's back then I had so many excuses like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, it costs money, blah blah blah. And I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I not using those excuses to turn to a positive? I mean, it's
Mhm.
just that simple and people
Yeah,
just can't really click that so fast. And that's with me. It took me a long time to realize that too, but I've literally every day been planning. Every time I have to work, I'm planning for 5 to 8 hours a day for this film because I want it to be the film I want it to be, but
mhm.
not just helping me. I want to make sure my crew and cast look good too because I want to come on set and it's a crappy show. I
Yeah,
want to make sure that everyone is having fun and everyone has a good reel. And I want somebody to be like, oh my gosh, you worked on that? That is awesome. You are lucky to work on that film.
absolutely, absolutely. So, what do you believe is going to be the easiest part of getting this movie made?
Um, honestly, the my cast and crew is so amazing that I think just making the film overall is
Mhm,
going to be easy.
mhm.
I don't want to like make it sound like they're all the best, which they are. It's just I think we we just need to focus on the biggest thing is
Mhm,
that time is not our friend.
mhm,
And but I've worked with a lot of my crew members before and they've awesome. We work really well together.
mhm.
And the cast I've worked maybe with two of them and the rest of
Mhm.
them I've never worked with them, but I love working with new
Right.
people. Um, but I think just making the movie overall is going to be easy. because I've had a lot of experience. I know what's gonna, if the battery dies, I know, like, okay, we need to do this real quick, and how to set up and blocking and storyboarding. Those are really important.
Mhm.
And if you don't have those, and that's when things can start going sideways
Mhm.
and things start falling apart. But I think that's the easiest thing that's going to be. I have faith, definitely faith in my cast and crew,
Mhm.
and especially I've been emailing back and forth, making sure, hey, you got your wardrobe, I got all this. If anyone has any questions, call me. I try to make sure where everyone's like just strong bond. I mean, when we come on set, we're all family. We need to treat everyone like family,
Yep.
respecting and keeping everyone kind of in the same level and making sure if everyone has questions. I don't want them to come on set and they look lost. If somebody looks lost, I'm like, hey, what's wrong? What's going on? And a lot of directors never really get involved with a lot of the crews and casts because they need to focus on what's going on. I get involved with everyone. Everyone. I don't care who you are. I even get involved with the parents if there's kids on set. I get involved with the caterer. I just want to make sure everyone is having a smile on their face and having a good time, because I don't need people having a bad experience, especially some people have never been on set before. I have people that are crew members that have never been on a set before. So I want to make sure everyone is just having a great time.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm assuming there's going to be an Indiegogo crowdfunding campaign for this. So can you let us know if it has launched? If not, when you plan on launching it, specific perks people could donate for, and where they can find the crowdfunding campaign.
So this will be my first Indiegogo.
Okay.
I've never raised money for a film, because I never wanted to go this big. Because I always tell myself, okay, we're going too big, because like if you go too big, if you don't have really that experience, it can kind of be like a kick in the butt.
Yeah.
So I've worked on a set that was Indiegogo fund, and I kind of asked a few questions, kind of be a little nosy, and they said the biggest thing is your perks, especially like you want to make sure the perks are worth it. Um, and I think the biggest thing that I'm probably going to do is making sure, again, I want people to get involved. So it's like come on set or t-shirts, it's posters. Those are a big thing. Autographs. Again, I think I'm going to have somebody that has experience, that has done it before to kind of run it, because again, I don't want to run it and then I mess it up and then things go. Woo. So I'm not sure when I'm going to launch it. I'm a type of person where I kind of like to have a patience on making sure everything's going to go well. Again, having this proof of concept will be on the Indiego so people are able to watch it. I'm not in a big rush. Again, with my other film company I work for, I'll be out of state, so I'll be doing a lot of gigs. I don't want to like put it up and then it's like crap, I'm not paying attention to it. And I'm hoping to get it up probably this summer,
Okay.
uh, probably in June or July, and we're probably going to actually, if we get the funds, we're probably going to start filming fall. Because I do not plan. I hate filming when it's too cold and too hot.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I
yeah,
agree. Yep.
um, but it's just I don't know. I'm probably gonna wait in the summer. Again, I'll probably have to find somebody, or somebody that has experience. I know a few people, so but definitely the summer is probably when I'm gonna launch it.
Yeah, I know when we were filming 72 in Northeast PA, Pennsylvania, we filmed in July and August,
Oof.
and in Northeast PA, July and August gets really, really hot, and
Uh,
December through like May is like blizzards. Like, the
Woo!
weather is predictable,
Yeah.
unpredictable. So when we were filming in August the one time, yeah, it was so hot. We were filming. It was literally going to be at least a 16-hour shoot day, and we expect, and they were calling for rain like the whole like week, and then the day of, there was no chance of rain at all. It was like 100 degrees,
Oh.
and we were in literally like no shade, because the day we were filming, we are literally in the middle of like a field where the sun is blazing down on you. So like all the guys like that weren't on camera, or weren't filming their scenes at the time, like we had our shirts off, we had buckets of ice, buckets of water, like pitchers of water and everything, just so people could stay hydrated. It
Oh.
got very, very, very hot, and it was like where we were filming, there was like no real shade. There were woods and everything where we were filming some of the scenes, but some of the scenes were like fight scenes that were outside in the plane of like
Mm.
middle of the area. Oh my God, it was horrible. It was horrible. So
Mm-mm.
we in our first feature film we filmed in the fall because it was a Halloween related film. So we filmed from late August until November, and that was perfect weather.
Yeah. Yes.
I
Yes.
can see where you're going with that.
Yeah. Yeah. I am. So the film that we did a long time ago, we were filming during the winter time,
Mhm.
and it was so cold that
Uh-huh.
it dropped. Like it was insane. Like it was we filmed till like 3 o'clock in the morning,
Yep.
and it was like 15 degrees.
Mhm.
It was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah.
Like I would never I always tell myself this too. We're never gonna film the cold ever again. We
Right.
eventually cold
Right.
again.
Right. If you need like do a Christmas type of movie, film it in like the spring or the fall with the snow machine and a leaf blower
Yep,
or whatever.
I agree. I agree.
Absolutely. I mean, and filming This Little Piggy in the fall will be amazing because like you'll have the leaves, you'll have the beautiful like color of the fall, like foliage and everything, which will be beautiful as well. And it is in the spooky season, so you'll get natural, spooky season type of vibes and type of feelings, both on set and what will show off on the camera. So that's really gonna show off nice when if you do it that way, because I think fall is a perfect season to really film a horror type movie. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's the thing too is I filmed it. I wanted to film it around the fall time too, is because that's when the time frame of when the murders happened. Just to kind of keep the time frame in there.
Yeah.
And Saturday and Sunday when we're filming, it's supposed to be almost 80 degrees.
Oh God.
So,
You're in Michigan, right?
huh?
You're in Michigan?
No, I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, now you're in North Carolina. Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's down south.
Yeah. So yeah. I'm not too worried about it getting too hot. Because a lot of the shots are shaded. Where we're filming the
Okay.
cabin scene, it's pretty shaded in. And it's right on the water. So I'm not too worried. But there's been times that it's been really hot where we had to take like at least 2-hour breaks because of our actors getting dehydrated. So we were making sure everyone's safe. Again, my safety is a big thing on there.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Like I'm super excited about filming. Like I haven't made a horror film in so long, especially one that's going to have a lot of blood and a lot of special effects, and I'm excited. Like I'm really, really excited for this.
Is Austin Bidikofer going to be in it?
He's actually going to be my camera A.
Oh,
He's
nice.
Going to be camera A operator.
That'll be awesome.
And then Mark Cohn is going to be my B camera. We're going to have 2 cameras going out times to make things so much faster. And again, people have never been on set before. They wanted to come. I was like, hey, I take inexperienced people. I want you to learn. And it's always good because I'm not the type of person where, hey, okay, you're unexperienced, I'm not going to want you on set. I'm not that type of person. I want people that aren't experienced to be on my set so they can learn. And so when they go to a bigger set, they're like, oh my gosh, what did I get myself into?
Absolutely. And I like I said, I'll be having Austin on the show, and I'll make sure to promote This Little Piggy with him as well. I know we're primarily talking about the Flower City Butcher, but I'll throw in This Little Piggy to give you a shout out when I have him on. I believe I have him on, I want to say March, but it might be April. I think it's March though.
Yeah, I think it's March. I think I saw it on the Facebook thing. I was like, oh my gosh, you're gonna interview.
Yep. He seems like a really cool dude. I'm really excited to have him on. I can't wait to start working with him. I'll be on the Flower City Butcher as well, and I can't wait to work with him and get to meet him actually, because that'll be really cool, really fun. So the last question I got for you is, do you have any other projects in the works that you would like to promote to the listening and the viewing audience?
Oh yeah, actually I do. So I have another big film. This is actually an urban legend film. I'm not sure if you've heard of the Dog Man, Michigan Dog Man legend. And I'm going to be working on that. It's about 110 pages. I wrote that actually 4 years ago. We were supposed to film that in 2019, but COVID happened, so we got pushed back. And the other thing is, it's about a $500,000 budget film.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big one. It's a big budget. But
Yeah.
yeah, when do you plan on filming that?
I'm hoping to actually film. I have to film a concept for that one because we're gonna have to raise funds for that. I hope to film that another one in the fall. Because the makeup artist, which is Jeff and Brandon, they actually are building a full suit for the dog.
Wow.
And they said when I see it, I'm probably gonna cry tears of joy. So they are amazing at their work. I'm so blessed to have them on my team, and I can't wait to film Fearsome Howls. That's what the title is called, Fearsome Howls, and it's going to be one of the films where I'm like, can we pull this off? Like, can we pull it off? Because there's a lot of stunts in that film, and that's why the budget's really big. Like, I will kind of spoil a little bit the scene, the little tiny little bit that the dog man jumps from a back of a truck onto a police car, and the police car flips.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, so it's a huge film. So hopefully This Little Piggy will get some attention, get some investors kind of looking at us, and kind of help us with Fearsome Howls. So that one's these are two big films that I've been planning for a while. But after that, I'm probably going to take a little break. And
every film deserves a little break.
Oh yeah, because especially bigger films, you gotta just go like, oh my gosh, whew, I get to take a break. But Fearsome Howls is a big film, so that's why it's been so long to do.
Absolutely. So everybody watching this, make sure to check out This Little Piggy on Indiegogo this summer, and make sure to stay tuned for Jermaine to see what he has in the works coming up. I thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you.
Yep, you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Right, or I should say night.
Right.
All right, bye.